Hey guys, back at it again. So I'm hopping on here today, which you could probably tell by the title, to rank my palettes from my least favorite to my favorite. I did get this idea from a subscriber, so shout out to you, Lovely Reyes. Thank you for the idea. It's a really good idea. I'm excited to do it. This was hard for me to choose. I love all of them so much. I think some of the rankings are just because I haven't played with the palette itself too much, not because it's a bad palette, because none of these palettes are bad. Yeah, it was really hard. I'm sitting here like trying to put them in order, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna choose. I knew my first like few favorites, but to then like have to keep choosing after that was pretty hard. So I'm gonna do my big palettes, and then separately I'll do my mini ones, just because I was really having a hard time like fitting the mini ones in there anywhere. So yeah, let's get into it. If you are interested in this eye look, I kind of wish I put false lashes on, but like I said in my previous video, I'm trying to let them breathe a little bit. But if you are interested in this, maybe I can do a tutorial for you guys on it. So I will be ranking my palettes, and then Lovely Reyes also asked if I could rank my glosses. I only have 5, so that was pretty easy for me to do, but I will also be doing that in this video. So let's get into it, you guys. My least favorite, drum roll please. This is still a great palette. I love it, but it is most definitely my least reached for palette. This is Blue Blood. This is my least favorite, you guys. You can probably tell by looking at it. It don't get touched too often. I do love it. It's a beautiful palette. I just haven't figured out blues on my eyes yet, so I don't use it a whole lot. Next, which as I was doing this, I was shocked that I put this one as low as I did. I don't quite know why, because it is beautiful and I love it. And yeah, this is Blood Money. This is my next least favorite. I honestly think this one just boils down to not using it so much yet, because I do love it. And when you find out my favorite palette, this ranking might shock you. But yeah, that's that one. It's a beautiful palette. I love it. She ended up kind of low though. I'm going to try to put these away as I go, you guys. Just because I'm a bit anal about my stuff being out. Okay, next one is, drum roll, I'm going to take it out of the packaging. Jawbreaker. I love this one too. This one's beautiful. But to be honest, I mean, you'll be able to see, I think I still have shades in here that have never even been touched. I do love this palette. I think I need to use it a little bit more and it would go up in the rankings. But yeah, for now, this one I haven't used a whole lot, so it ended up kind of on the lower side. So that is that one. Next up is, let's see here, Bloodlust. I do love the nicer packaging of the palettes. I'm a sucker for that. This palette is absolutely beautiful. I was actually shocked by how good the purples look on my eyes, but I do love this palette so much. I love all of them, but Lovely Reyes, you put me to the test having to rank all these. It was not an easy task, not as easy as I was expecting it to be. So that is that one. Next up, let me take this one out of the packaging. Cremated. I did use this, and I actually used Blood Money on my eyeballs today. Those are the two palettes that I use. This is cremated. Yeah, there's even shades in this one that I haven't touched yet. So, I do love it. But I had to rank them, so they had to fall somewhere, right? Okay. Next is, I'm going to take this one out of the packaging. If anyone's, I can't talk today, y'all. If anyone's wondering what's on my lips, is androgyny. Okay, so this one is Orgy. This is a great palette. It is an amazing nude palette. Absolutely love it. This is always going to have a special place in my heart because I did use this for my wedding makeup. So this one falls about halfway through. I do love this one. There's a lot of colors I have yet to use. But y'all, you have to understand, I am constantly getting new palettes, so I will buy a palette and then like sometimes he launches stuff and then it's like not long after I'm getting an older one. So I'm always tend to gravitate towards the new stuff once I get it. So that one fell about middle-ish. Next up is, let me open it. Blood Sugar. This one I was kind of shocked with how high I ranked it, but I think it's because I had such a love for this one aesthetically before I even got it. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette, and I love reds. Red is actually one of my favorite colors. I'd say red, pink, and like a seafoam green would be like my top 3 favorite colors. So if y'all are entering the giveaway and putting your favorite colors, now you know kind of what my top 3 are. Next up is, this is actually my newest palette. I was so sad when this got discontinued because it wasn't in my collection yet. So when he brought this little sucker back, your girl was so happy. And this is Thirsty. I love this palette so much. Before I got it, I wasn't sure like how I would actually feel about it, but as you can see, I haven't played with quite a few of the colors, but these colors interest me so much, and I do love the shimmers. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you would know I'm a sucker for the shimmers. I do love a good matte, but I'm always putting a shimmer on my eye, almost always. Unless I kind of just am lazy with my makeup or have to do it real quick, then I won't. But if I have to choose, I put some shimmer on my eyeballs. Next up is Conspiracy. This one is also going to have a very special place in my heart. This is the first palette that I bought on launch. And this launch, if you were around for that, was insane. The Spinning Wheel of Death. I mean, that's what started that. I mean, I didn't buy prior during launch before this one, but this launch was insane. I haven't gone through a launch like that since. So this palette will always have a special place in my heart. It actually gets quite a bit of hate for the color story and whatever, but I think it's great. I love that there's nudes. I love that there's color. I love the stamps. I just love the packaging. I love all of it. So this is Conspiracy. And as you can see, it has been used, honey. It has been used. So I do love this one. This one comes in second place. All right. Can y'all guess what's coming in first? If you watch my channel, you know what the only palette is that I have left to choose from. I do have 2 more palettes coming, but those can't go in this ranking because I don't have them yet. My top palette is Alien. This one will forever have a special place in my heart as well. This was my first ever JEFFREE Star product, first ever palette. I was obsessed with the packaging. I love the color story of it. And some of you may be shocked that this is my favorite and Blood Money was so low on my ranking because there are many, many shades, if you don't know, in Alien that are almost identical, or if not identical, in the two palettes. I have done swatchings. Probe and then another shade from Blood Money are identical. Flying Saucer, there's one in Blood Money that's also similar to that. Moonrock as well. Alien as well. There's a bunch in this palette that you will find a very similar, if not exact, even though he says you don't make exact shades, in the two palettes. But this is my favorite. If you look, honey, she's been used. I love this so much. I love all the colors. I love the packaging. It just is so special to me because it was my first. So that is my favorite palette. There you go, lovely Reyes. That is my ranking for my big palettes. Now, let's move on to my minis. Let me take, I have two of them that are in the outer carton. Let me take them out and then rank them for you. Okay, so my least favorite out of the three minis that I have, 4G. And this is not because it's a bad palette. This would actually be my top one had the formula been right. Once I get my new one in the mail, this will probably be my top one. But the formula of this one is not right. It's either when I unbox this for the first time or when I used it for the first time. I said something about this formula back then. I knew it wasn't right. I knew something was off. And I was right. Next up is the Mini Controversy. This is the second version of it. This one has the Put It Back shade. I do love this palette. I'm just not crazy about the color story in this. I love the green though. I don't have the original because I wanted the green. But again, it has two blues in there, and my least favorite palette is Blue Blood because, honey, I just don't know how to get blue to look right on my eyeballs. So my top favorite for my minis is the Mini Breaker. And I know a lot of people have kind of shit on this palette, mainly because it's come in so many of the mystery boxes, but this is a great little palette. You can get quite a few looks out of this little guy. So those are my minis. All right, moving on to my glosses, and then we will be done for this video. I've been freaking going for almost 15 minutes now. So like I said, I only have 5 glosses. Let me start with my least favorite. So least favorite is going to Coroner's Kiss. It looks like this. This isn't a bad gloss by any means. I do like it a lot. But you asked me to rank them, so one of them had to fall in the last place. So that's this one. Next up is, I'm blind, you guys, Shockwave. This one came in a mystery box. It's an amazing gloss. It's like a nudie with pink and like gold flecks. It's beautiful. But again, I had to rank them. So that is that one. Next up is Pretzel Drip. This was from the Orgy collection. This was also in a mystery box. This one is absolutely beautiful. I used to be obsessed with just kind of slapping on some gloss and being done with my lips. But now that I've been getting into the velour liquid lips, I've been going straight velour liquid lip on my lip. So I kind of haven't been using gloss like I was at one point. Okay, next up is, I got settling going. This gloss did get some hate because of the settling in it. Some people thought they had mold in their product. It's not mold, it's just settling from the pigment. But that is the Slime Glossin. I like this one a lot because it don't really go on like harshly green. It's more of like a clear with a little hint of green. Okay, last but not least, this is my absolute favorite. I do have 2 of these, and it is Candy Drip. This is my full one. I figured I'd show you the full one instead of my one that I've used the crap out of. So these are both Candy Drip. This is my favorite gloss I have. I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah, so that's ranking my big palettes, my mini palettes, and my glosses. Shout out to you, lovely Reyes, for the idea. I appreciate it, hon. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.